Hi everyone, how are you today? I'm Mileta and this is about project management and more. Today's topic is how to control a project, and this topic is for project managers. So you are a project manager and project has been assigned to you, and at the beginning all projects go well. And then how to keep that same momentum throughout the whole life cycle of the project. We will be talking about that today. So the old school was if you control three elements, scope, schedule and budget, you are fine. But I would like to add resources, because without resources you can't have a good project. You can have everything perfect, but if you don't have right people to do the right job, you are going to fail. So here are all those four elements and what you are going to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Let's start with the schedule. On a daily basis, you as a project manager, you need to open the schedule of the project, update that schedule with the latest information you got from yesterday, who did what, who accomplished what, and then you look into that schedule and see what can go wrong. You need to project your vision of the project by looking through this project schedule. Are you using Gantt diagram or any other diagram? It's irrelevant. I use Gantt diagrams. But what you need to do is daily update your schedule. That means you need to talk all the time to members of your team. You need to know exactly who is doing what on a daily basis and enter that into schedule. And then if you find that there are some problems coming, you need to react. Not just, hey, I have a problem and hope somebody else will solve that. We talked about engagement earlier. So on the project, if you need to make changes, you make changes on a daily basis. You make adjustments. You know, the planning was based on certain assumptions, constraints and assumptions when you made that schedule in the first place. Well, if those assumptions were not true, you need to adapt and update your schedule. So that's thing number one. Number two, the scope. Usually a business analyst is responsible to control the scope of the project, because he or she should be your bridge toward the business, but you also need to know what is the scope of the project, of course, at a higher level. And you need to control whether that's new revelations during development actually open up some requirements questions, whether requirements need to change, whether new findings actually impact the schedule or the budget. So you need to talk to your business analyst on a daily basis and see how scope of the project is doing. Many projects fail to address all the requirements that were approved by people who actually gave money for the project. That's not right. You need to be sure that the coverage is close to 100%, not 30%, 40%, 100%. And with your BA, you create a small team that actually controls that on a daily basis. You inform your steering committee on a weekly basis or every 2 weeks about the progress and the coverage and new revelations regarding requirements, so they need to be aware of the changes. Project is not a secret deal of a project manager. It must be transparent all the time, 100%. That's the only way how to successfully deliver the project. If you as a project manager hide that you have problems with the scope, it will hit you at the end. That's not the right way how to do it. Okay, number 3 is the budget. Budget doesn't have to be controlled daily, but can be controlled weekly after you collect timesheets from all your people on the team, and then you calculate and see where you are with the figures. If there is a problem with the budget, if it's a problem with the money on the project, you need to raise that issue immediately with your sponsor. Sponsor's role is to work with the steering committee and ensure that funds are available to finish the project. There is always a contingency fund. If you don't have a contingency fund on a project, shame on you. You must have contingency fund prepared based on the risk of the project. It can go between 5 and 10, 15, 20% sometimes. Be ready to talk to your sponsor if there are any issues regarding the budget. And number 4 are the resources. As I mentioned earlier, without good resources, you cannot deliver the project. We have some other video that actually talks about how to hire properly and find good resources. So you need to be in contact as a project manager. You need to be in contact with your people on a daily basis. They need to know that somebody cares about them. They need to know that somebody is interested in the project. They need to know that you are there to boost their performance, help them perform at the highest possible level and be successful. As I said before, only if your resources are successful, you as a project manager will be successful. So please take care of your resources on a daily basis. There are different methodologies how to run the project, and it's usually a good thing to have a short briefing, a scrum with everyone on the project, and just to be sure that they are on the right track, doing the right things, and they don't have any issues. In that way, you can anticipate any bigger problems coming later on. So today, the topic was how to control successfully project, and we mentioned if you control 4 elements: scope, budget, schedule, and resources on a daily and weekly basis, you will be on track to deliver your project successfully. Have a great day. Enjoy it. Bye.